In today's video, I'm watching the top knockouts of Lyoto Machida, the greatest karate fighter in the history of MMA, together with Lyoto Machida. Ready?
Yes.
Let's do it. So this is a very famous one, right?
Yes.
You're my giddy. Now, how do you do that? Because whenever I try to kick somebody, they just back away. But this guy did not back away.
Yes, if you see the technique, I was using my arm to measure the distance and try to make him pay attention to my hands, to disguise my kick.
So what's most important, speed or power for this type of knockout?
Maybe the time is more important, which is in karate calls kyo. Kyo means the dead time of your opponent. So it's very hard for your opponent to figure out how can I defend that.
You also bow after the knockout. Can you explain that?
You have to respect your opponent. Why? Because back then, when you train in karate in Japan, you know why you bow your opponent, because he's lend his body to you to learn, to use your technique. That's why it's so important to recognize that.
How about that? You did a leg trip.
Yes.
And then ground and pound.
For who doesn't know karate, real karate has everything.
Yes.
But because sometimes of these sports, you don't have a chance to practice this day by day. Karate is pretty much designed for the sports nowadays. If you don't go deep in the roots of karate, you're not gonna find this technique. So this is a full trip. Right away, I use it as a Renzo Kwaza.
Yeah.
I continue the movement. I don't stop in one technique.
Exactly.
I swept and I took advantage of the moment and hit my opponent on the ground.
What do you think when you're watching this?
Make me remember all the emotions that I had in this day, because a dream come true.
Really?
Yes, because when I was 15 years old, I saw UFC for the first time and I said, I like this. I never see karate only as a sport. I see karate as a martial arts. And in my town, people make fun of karate. No.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, karate is a dance, karate is not. For me, I took it like a challenge for me. I said, no.
Yeah.
I was 15 years old.
I'm going to show you.
Yeah, I'm going to show you. Everything that I dreamed 16 years ago shows up in that day.
That's a classic one, right? Everybody loves to call it the Karate Kid kick.
So that kick was amazing. Nobody could believe that you could apply that in a real combat sports. My father is a Lyoto. Couture is a veteran fighter. You have to train some surprise. Then you start practicing for 2 months.
Wow.
2 months.
So you practiced this technique for 2 months?
2 months. Because after training, he said, do the technique. I did a couple times. I had opportunity to meet Mr. Segal too.
Yeah.
The week of the fight. And he said, Lyoto. I said, Segal, my father taught me this technique. What do you think? Yeah, let me see. He said, oh, what a nice technique. Your father's so smart, man.
Okay.
He's right. Let me give you some advice here.
Chida's like a son to me. We worked very hard on that kick for a long, long time. And I wanted him to do that kick, and he wanted to do it, and he knew he could, and he did.
It was a dream too, because I saw Couture when I was 18 years old, and I ended up fighting with him.
He's running into you, and you clip him with a reverse punch.
Yes. He was tough. He was very good fighter, well-rounded fighter. But because he could not find my distance, he could not find. He started to be desperate.
Yeah, exactly. He looks a little bit desperate.
Desperate because it was in the second round. I was hit him and he could not hit me. But there is one sensei that was with me, Sensei Tasuke Watanabe. He's a JKA champion. He said, Lyoto, people have been neglecting how to practice, to improve your strength in your punch, makiwara, and stuff like that.
Yeah. And again, you're also bowing.
Bowing, yes. Because respect.
Yeah, and that's the knockout. Is the idea to go chudan, and then jodan to bring his guard down, or?
It's kind of random. If I see the hole, I can do that too. It depends. Fight has no recipe. I have to figure out and do what is better for that moment.
And some people like to kick with the ball of the foot, but you kick with the top of the foot.
Both.
And then this is very impressive that you actually have control, because many people lose control and go like this, but you realize it's already over.
I don't want to hurt my partner. If you hit someone and you hit him,
Yeah.
he cannot react.
He cannot defend himself.
He cannot
if he's,
defend himself. Then you can create damage. I finish already the fight. I don't need to go.
That's the karate spirit.
Karate spirit, yes.
Also, another unusual thing when you compare this kick to other martial arts is that you pull the leg back. In, let's say, Muay Thai, you always go through with the kick.
Yes.
But this is a snapping kick.
Snapping kick.
So you have full control over the body.
Yes and no. People have been asking me about, for example, the Michael Chandler kick.
Yes.
Said, no, the form was not good, man. Let me ask you one thing. Did it work?
That's all that matters.
Damn.
Yeah. The end.
That's all matters.
Yeah.
Because sometimes we get stuck in the form because like we are so strict because we came from a very traditional martial arts.
Yes.
Which is good for one side, like you just mentioned. So karate has everything.
Yeah.
I've been saying that martial art. Are you able to paint a Leonardo da Vinci? Like
Yeah, I don't think
art?
so.
I don't think so either. You know what I mean? Like because it's an art.
Yes.
So there is no rules. There is no people see something different. They call weird.
Yeah, right or wrong.
Right or wrong. No, man. We are different.
That's why it's an art. So the octagon is your canvas, and you're painting.
You have to paint your canvas. No, like nobody can do that for you. Like in life, sometimes you wanna decide the life of others. Is his life.
Yeah.
He has to paint his canvas.
Yeah.
Not you, man.
Because living is also an art.
Also an art.
Yeah. The liver kick.
The liver kick.
And then it was all over. Have you ever been kicked in the liver?
Yes, but I know how to defend. I know how to protect. But sometimes it happens. No? Because sometimes, for example, if somebody kick you and you breathe, that moment is gonna be harder.
Yes.
If you like
exhale,
flex your abs and receive the kick. No.
How important do you think breathing is when you're fighting?
Breathe is everything. If you know how to breathe, you can control. No. Sometimes when you stress. You cannot like inhale because it's so stressful. Shallow, very shallow. You cannot go deep. So if you learn how to breathe, that's gonna improve your life, not only during the fight. You know, like you can use that in your daily basis. Because if you stress, if you're nervous, sometimes you do you just react.
Yeah.
Which is not good.
So you want to act, not react.
Yes, you need to act, not react.
Jump knee.
Jump knee.
Also a very unusual technique. Why did it work?
Because it's so...
Because you're amazing.
No, because it's so strong technique. So powerful technique. Precise, accurate.
Also, your opponent is a wrestler, so he wants to go for the legs.
Again, we train that.
Do you always have a secret technique for each opponent?
Kind of. It depends.
Okay.
Sometimes when I'm very inspired, during my training camp, I do.
So will you watch their fights and try to find the weaknesses?
Yes, I watch videos of my opponent and see maybe this technique can be good for him.
Something I was thinking about is you never do spinning techniques.
Yes.
No ushirogiri, no ushiromoshi, no spinning back fist.
I like.
Yeah?
Actually, I like.
Really?
Yes.
Well, but I never seen them.
Yeah, let's see.
Maybe next fight?
Never know.
Okay.
Martial art means like you have to use the top of your hair until the bottom of your foot. Everything. You gotta explore everything. Then you become
a human weapon.
A human weapon.
Yes.
Sometimes in the regular academy, in karate, you don't train that, man. Like I said, because everything was designed just for competition. The rules is so strict. You cannot do that. No elbow, no knee, no. So many things that you can not use.
Some people think that karate is limited because it doesn't have ground fighting. But you also practice techniques on the ground, right?
Yes. To be honest, I practice grounds when I train in jiu-jitsu more.
Okay.
Because karate has something on the ground, but it's very more about defense, it's more about how to escape, more about to finish your opponent with your punch or choke. But they don't have a game inside the ground game. You know what I mean? Like game, how to pass the guard, how to control the mount. So jiu-jitsu is the perfect martial arts to learn how to do that.
Do you think it's good to combine jiu-jitsu with striking martial arts?
Definitely is the best option if you combine jiu-jitsu with other martial arts. Because like Master Helio Gracie always said before, eventually you're gonna grab.
Yeah.
Eventually, the fight's gonna get close.
Yeah.
Eventually, you're gonna go to the ground. You gotta be ready for that.
Yeah.
If you don't practice that, you're not gonna use. Even the way sometimes we are taught in karate, the way you punch, you
Yeah.
control too much. So you like spend 10 years competing karate, then you go to MMA fight. You're not gonna be able to, no, because you're gonna hold back your punch.
Yeah.
So sometimes you don't understand why my karate is not working, because the way you train sometimes is not enough.
Yeah.
Only think about competition.
Yeah.
You don't hit pads, you don't hit bags, you don't do different things.
Yeah.
You just go to the academy, you do the regular training. That is not enough, man.
No.
It's good for your mind, it's good for your spirit, because you practice, but you cannot lie here, you know what I mean? You cannot say, no, that's gonna work. No, I'm very honest, and I came from karate. I can see the mistakes, you know, that throughout the years they try to modernize, because I mean the politics, because of the masters in the past try to put in the Olympic Games, they had to change everything in karate. And we had to just accept. Maybe people, they don't like when I say that sometimes, because it's very controversial. Say, no, Lyoto came from karate. No, I'm not talking bad about karate. I'm talking about rules. I bet if, for example, Funakoshi was alive, Miss Nakayama was alive, or other masters was alive, and they see MMA, they said, no, you have to change.
Right.
You cannot just follow the same path, because everybody's telling that. Just want to say that you have to follow your heart all the time in your life. Even if you don't practice martial arts, don't only accept everything that the people put to you. Even if they are your guru, your master, people try to admire too much other people. No, this guy, it's like a god for me. No, God's the only one.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, you have to, because if you admire too much, you're never gonna pass his level. Because you admire too much.
Yes.
You have to respect, you have to be humble, which is so important.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Was good, right?
Very good.
The English was flow.
Excellent. Better than my...
No.